he was a heck of a fella. And I loved to cow hunt with him. I loved to work cows, and he was my best friend. I mean, he was straight to the T and to the point. You knew where you stand with him, and he was a tough old codger too, with all that said. You know, my granddaddy got old, and he was wore out. He told me. Probably 3 months before he died, I was helping him get a shower, and he kind of popped me on the chest one day, and he said, "Son, I think I'm about done." And I said, "What you mean?" Of course, I knew what he's talking about, but I was, was kind of rolling with it, didn't want to talk about it. And he said, "I'm just wore out." And when he said that, I said, "Well, I sure like keeping you around to talk to." And he said, "Yeah," but he said, I don't think I'm going to be able to last a lot longer. And he was fairly what I would have called healthy. He wasn't in his deathbed. It was 3 months later when he finally passed away. But he was still walking and moving around. He just knew he just wasn't going to last much longer. And when I'd love for him to been able to be a little stronger and play with Matthew. A lot of times you older folks like that, like my granddad, you lose them before you ever lose them. And your way of life is down. They'll be in the house, and all you can do is talk to them. So I can tell you, if you can spend a lot of time with them while they're still healthy and able to go, go ride to the cattle one more time with them. Put them in that truck with you. Take them with you. He loved horses, and he loved dogs, and he loved them woods, and he loved cattle. And he's instilled a lot in me, and he was my best friend. He was the coolest cowboy ever, and he loved to rope and catch wild cattle, and that was his passion. As he got up in age, I could tell he lived through me. I come in, and he couldn't wait just to hear the story. A lot of folks, they don't want to hear how your dogs worked that day or what the cow done when you caught it. They're worried about something else, and maybe who knows, something going on at the house or anything. That was the first thing he wanted to hear. What went on today? Because he had a passion for it just like I do. If I could teach Matthew something I learned from my granddaddy, I just want Matthew to do the right thing and be a man. I want him to be very smart and successful and do whatever he does, but at the same time use his hands and make an impact in a positive manner on so many other people. And that's how it was with my granddaddy. There were so many people, young people, my friends, everybody that ever come by when I was growing up and met my granddaddy was like, "Oh, your granddaddy? Like, I've seen him one time in my life." And when he passed away, they were upset as they can be. There was folks, my friends, that would go see my granddaddy at the hospital without me. They just wanted to go see my granddaddy. He had that kind of impact, and the whole family was there. When my granddaddy met you, he didn't automatically start telling you everything he ever done in his life. He wanted to know what you had going on. If you was a commercial fisherman, if you was a cowboy, if you was an attorney, it don't matter. He wanted to talk about whatever you done in your life, so he'd just talk to you about it. And that was because that was your hobby. And that's what he carried on. And he'd find folks to talk to, and he didn't meet a stranger. But at the same time, he done what was right. And he wasn't going to stand for anything that wasn't. That's just the way it was. You don't do that. I still believe today you don't do it. I heard my granddaddy make a comment one time, and he was on the phone. I used to stay with him every weekend I could, and I remember in his living room, he was talking on the landline to someone else and one of his old buddies, and I remember him making the phrase, he said, "He's got my name." That always meant a lot.